Cesare Pavese was born in Santo Stefano Belbo on the 9th of September 1908. Here, his father, registrar at the court of Turin, owns a small holding on the road to Canelli, a few hundred meters from the workshop of the man who will be his best friend for his whole life, Pinolo Scaglione, who will become Nuto in the novel La Luna e il Falò, The Moon and the Bonfires. Pavese will attend elementary school at Santo Stefano Belbo before definitively moving to Turin following the death of his father. In the Piedmontese capital, he gains a degree in letters with a thesis on the American poet Walt Whitman and, after a brief period as a teacher, begins his literary career.
Un temporale, quando più non l'aspetti, hai mai visto la luna, un pezzo tutta intera, far cadere una stella, per cercare fortuna, giocare. Ma l'hai mai vista la luna? Hai mai sentito la luna? Il rumore di luna, che è un silenzio totale, fatto solo di vento, e che sbianca la notte, che non lascia dormire, che confonde i canti.
He takes on an intense translation task: Melville, Sinclair Lewis, Dos Passos, and Faulkner, bringing American literature to Italy for the first time. In 1933, he is one of the founders of the publishing house Einaudi, to which he will always be tied by community of interest and ideals. In 1934, he edits the magazine La Cultura, and in 1935 is arrested for suspected anti-fascist activity and sentenced to internal exile at Brancaleone, Calabro. On return to Turin, he picks up his cultural work with double the spirit, achieving his first successes and increasing his reputation as a poet and writer. At the same time, however, he goes through the painful chapter of a maturity marked by profound unease and a strong sense of guilt. This is born from incapacity to take an active part in social life during a period of intense debate and conflict between politics and culture. Success arrives with his work published at the end of the 40s, his most fruitful period, but without solving his existential problems. So much so that 2 months after the consecration of the Strega Prize for La Bella Estate, the Fine Summer, he ends his difficult life with suicide on the 27th of August, 1950.
Scavando nella polvere, tra le vecchie pagine, ho trovato pozzanghere non asciugate mai. Frammenti di pensieri che riempiono degli angoli, testimoni di momenti lasciati lì da un poi.
His casa natale, the house he was born in, his parents' summer holiday home, is on the outskirts on the main road to Canelli. Sold following the premature death of his father, today it is the seat of the Centro Pavesiano Casa Natale Museum. The Casa Laboratorio di Nuto, house and workshop of Nuto, whose real name was Pinolo Scaglione, can be found shortly before Mora. His house is halfway up the Salto and stands on the open highway. There's a smell of fresh sawed wood there, of flowers and shavings. In my first days at La Mora farm, because I came from a cottage and a barnyard, Nuto's house seemed to be another world. It was the smell of the highway and the strolling musicians and the villas of Canelli, where I'd never been. Together with the Salto, La Collina di Gaminella is one of the two faces of the universe of the novel The Moon and the Bonfires. Surrounded by a halo of mystery and impossible to know completely due to its size, without doubt it is the most imposing hill on the Santo Stefano landscape, so much so that Pavese himself compares it to a planet. That which Pavese called Il Salto is the perfectly symmetrical Gaminella Hill that skirts the road to Canelli.
Con parole d'occasione e non c'è più l'emozione che l'ha fatta scrivere e non si può cantare ma rimane dentro.
With its unusual architecture, La Palazzina del Nido dominates the entire valley. It is to be found in the municipality of Canelli, and its location, with its difficult access, has saved the house from any type of alteration. Santo Stefano Belbo's small station, where Pavese's characters arrived and departed, is still the same, together with its tracks. The Angelo Hotel, described in The Moon and the Bonfires, also really existed in Santo Stefano Belbo. It could be found in the Old Town, but closed after the war. As a result, in his novel, Pavese gives the same name to the Posta Hotel in the town's main square, in which, after the sale of his birthplace, he usually stayed whenever he returned to Santo Stefano. On the 7th of September 2002, the remains of Cesare Pavese are moved, with his relatives' consent, to Santo Stefano Belbo Cemetery. The tombstone under which the writer rests is made of Langer stone and bears the inscription, "I gave men poetry." Santo Stefano Belbo's municipal administration officially instituted the Cesare Pavese Study Center to keep the study and memory of the Santo Stefano writer alive.